Are you thinking about buying a home in Frisco, Texas and wondering if it's a good fit for you or not? Listen, Frisco is one of the absolute best places to call home in the Dallas, Texas metro for a lot of people, but it's also not for everybody. So today we're going to talk about both the pros and the cons, the positives and the negatives of living in Frisco, Texas, so that you can find out once and for all if Frisco is the right place for you. Frisco is positioned on the north side of the DFW metro in Collin and Denton counties. It is located only about 28 miles north of downtown Dallas. With a population of over 210,000 people, Frisco is a rapidly growing suburb. In fact, the population has nearly doubled over the past decade and has earned several awards for one of the best places to live in the US. So what makes Frisco so attractive and why are so many people moving here? Well, we're going to jump into that right now, and make sure to stick around to the end because we're going to talk about some cons, because they're cons that may actually make you reconsider moving to Frisco altogether. By the way, my name is Michael Caraway. I'm a realtor here in the Dallas, Texas metro, and on this channel we talk about what it's like to live in the Dallas, Texas metro, as well as some of the best places to live so you can find the perfect place to call home here in the Dallas, Texas metro. And if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any information about living in the Dallas, Texas metro. Alright, the first pro to living in Frisco is its location. Frisco has one of the best locations in my opinion as far as all the north suburbs go because you have such easy access to a lot of major roadways. There's two tollways in particular that you're going to have easy access to, the first being Sam Rayburn Tollway and the second being Dallas North Tollway. Now Dallas North Tollway will take you all the way from Frisco straight down to downtown. You'll never have to get off Dallas North Tollway, and for the most part it really doesn't get too congested. So I love being able to use Dallas North Tollway. Obviously the con is it is a tollway and you're going to have to pay for tolls. If you do that every day, that can obviously add up, but it's super convenient for you to be able to get out of Frisco really quickly. And I also mentioned Sam Rayburn Tollway. Again, it's a tollway, you're gonna have to pay to use it, but it is super convenient for being able to get over on the west side of the DFW metro if you're gonna be making your way over to a place like DFW International Airport, or potentially over to Fort Worth, or the suburbs that you're gonna find a little bit north of Fort Worth, such as Flower Mound or Highland Village or Louisville, places like that. It's easy drive to be able to get over there by hopping on Sam Rayburn Tollway. And again, doesn't ever get super congested. Now, if you're in Frisco, you're about 28 miles north of downtown Dallas, so you're able to get down there anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what time of day that you're actually commuting. So if you're not having to be in those prime time driving times, then you're gonna be able to get down really quickly and it's a really easy drive. So I love that about Frisco. Now you're also about 28 miles away from DFW International Airport, so again about 30 minutes to 45 minutes depending on when you're going. Again, super easy commute to be able to get down there. You're hopping on Sam Rayburn Tollway and heading west to be able to get down into the DFW International Airport area. Now another great thing about the location is that you have access to almost everything that you could possibly need within Frisco or very close to it. You're not having to commute to downtown Dallas all the time because there's so many work opportunities in Frisco, and you're not having to go to downtown Dallas or close to downtown Dallas to be able to go to your entertainment areas that include like shopping and dining and other things to do with the family. It's all right there in Collin and Denton County. I always bring up that, Legacy West is one of the more popular areas to go, and even a lot of people from Dallas end up traveling north to go to Legacy West. Well, if you're living in Frisco, depending on what part of Frisco that you're living in, you could be 5 minutes away or you could be 10 to 15 minutes away. But you're really close to Legacy West, which if you like getting out and experiencing different town centers and things like that, you're gonna end up spending a lot of time at Legacy West. You're also really close to Groundscape if you live in Frisco, which is another huge entertainment district. And then obviously you have a lot more entertainment options within Frisco, which we're gonna talk about here in a little bit as another pro. But you just have so much to do right within Frisco and the surrounding suburbs that you're just able to call that home and you're not having to commute to a downtown to be able to go experience everything that you need to live in Frisco. All right, the second pro to living in Frisco, Texas is the amount of outdoor activities. The first part I want to bring up about this is the parks. There are a ton of great parks in Frisco. The city of Frisco has over 50 parks ranging from small neighborhood parks all the way up to large community parks, along with a system of trails and natural areas that are miles and miles long. You could hike and bike forever. Two specific parks that I want to call out are Limestone Quarry Park and Grand Park. Limestone Quarry Park is a 17-acre neighborhood park located in Frisco, Texas. The park features parking, open field space, basketball courts, drinking fountains, hike and bike trails, playgrounds, swings, benches, picnic tables, pavilions, and tons of places for kids to just hang out. But the one thing that makes this park really unique is the ability to actually get into nature a little bit. There's a cool little creek that runs on the bottom of this park that you can make your way down into. and a lot of kids end up playing down there in the creek, and it's got these rock limestone outcroppings in there. It's just a really cool, peaceful place to go. So definitely check out Limestone Quarry Park. And the other park is Grand Park, which is one of Frisco's newest parks in the area, and it's actually not completely open. There's a very small portion that's open right now. But the vision for Grand Park is to include a lake, trails, art, an arboretum, and a huge children's play area, all spread across over 1,000 acres of park space. And just for context, that's bigger than New York's Central Park. So there's a lot of land there. It's going to be massive over time. It's just only part of it's open right now. So if you move here, you're gonna get to experience more and more of Grand Park as time goes on. The second part about the outdoor recreation in Frisco is that you have really easy access to Lake Louisville. You're only a few minutes away from Lake Louisville, which you're gonna be able to go fishing, boating, kayaking, stand-up paddle boarding. There's a few beaches that you can go to in Lake Louisville. So really easy access to Lake Louisville from Frisco. There's also some trails that run along Lake Louisville. You're gonna be outside of Frisco to access those. I think there's more so gonna be in the colony that you're going to get access to those trails. But again, it's a very quick drive to be able to get to those, or a bike ride away to be able to get to those trails and some of the other amenities that are on Lake Louisville. So definitely nice being able to have a lake like that really close to you when you live in Frisco. Frisco is also a huge golf destination. There are so many golf courses within Frisco, some of the main ones being Stonebriar Country Club, the Trails, PGA, which the entire PGA headquarters is moving its headquarters here to Frisco, Texas, and along with it, they built several beautiful, amazing championship golf courses that are being opened up to the public that are just an absolute huge plus to the Frisco community. So you have a ton of options with golf, a lot more than I just mentioned right now. And over time, I just see that more and more is going to be pumped into the golfing community here with the PGA picking up and moving their headquarters here. There's going to be a lot of cool opportunities if you're a golfer in Frisco, Texas. And if you're not into like going out and hiking and breaking a sweat, and you're not into going to the lake, and you're not into golfing, all that kind of stuff, you might be looking for something to do like that's a little more like shopping or dining and things like that. And there are tons of different restaurants that have beautiful patios to check out. So you'll have an endless amount of options there. And one of the cool shopping experiences that you have outside is the Frisco Fresh Market. Now this is a farmer's market on Main Street in Frisco. It's full of different activities that happen rain or shine year round. It's been going on since 2018, and their vendors have been selling freshly harvested and carefully prepared foods to visitors since then. The market offers a diverse range of products including farm fresh produce, artisanal goods, handmade crafts, and much more. You can take your dogs there, your kids, whatever. It's just a cool place to go hang out, check out the community, what they're selling, get some fresh produce, some fresh baked goods, and be able to move on with your day. It's a fun place to go check out, and if it's good weather out, it's an awesome place to go and spend some time with the fam. All right, the third pro to living in Frisco, Texas is the jobs and the economy. If you find yourself in Frisco, you'll see how much development's going on. It's crazy to see all of the things going up. And you kind of wonder yourself, like, what's actually causing all this? Well, it's because a ton of people are moving here, and a lot of people move here because of lifestyle, but there's also a lot of people moving here for jobs and because companies that are picking up and moving their headquarters or regional offices here. There were over 14 companies that moved to Frisco, Texas in 2022, and several others that ended up expanding here. There were 3 headquarter relocations and 2 regional headquarter relocations. Those combined with expansions produced over 5,600 jobs in Frisco alone. Now, some companies that relocated or expanded to Frisco in 2022 were McAfee, TIAA, Boingo, Acolyte Digital, Toshiba, Extenet, Heritage, Haskell, Ruiz Foods, Tokyo Marine America, Huffman & Co., Community Coffee, Bowler, and Garver. And it seems like there's a company in the headlines every single week that has announced that they're moving to Frisco in some capacity. So there's a lot going on here. And like I've mentioned in other videos, it's projected that Frisco is going to have more office space than downtown Dallas eventually. So Frisco is truly becoming a source and a hub for the economy here in the DFW metro. All right, the fourth pro that I hear people talk about Frisco all the time is this public school system. Frisco ISD has over 60,000 students. There's 5 preschools, 42 elementary schools, 18 middle schools, 13 high schools, which totals 72 total schools in Frisco alone. And as far as ratings go, according to greatschools.org, the sentiment that a lot of parents have about Frisco ISD is backed up with the data here. Only 4% of schools in Frisco are ranked below average in school quality. 16% are rated average, and 80% are rated above average in school quality. So that goes to show why so many parents end up saying that they love Frisco ISD. All right, moving on to the fifth pro. The fifth pro is all the new development in Frisco. You're gonna see when you arrive in Frisco that there's just a lot of new buildings here. There's a lot of cool town centers that look brand new. A lot of the housing leans a little bit more new than some of the other communities. So you get a lot of newness in Frisco. And you get here and you kind of seem like, oh, it's kind of like all built out. There's not really much room to expand. Well, wait until you go north. Up north, there is a ton of development going on in Frisco. One of those developments is Fields West. And I bring up Legacy West all the time. Well, the same developer of Legacy West is actually going to be developing this property up in Frisco as well. And it's going to be a much larger scale than Legacy West. There's over 425,000 square foot of dedicated retail, restaurant, and entertainment space, over 4.2 million square foot of office space, 2,000 urban living residences, and over 375 rooms, which are planned to be Ritz-Carlton and Autograph Collection by Marriott. As you can see, the renderings absolutely look amazing for this development. I'm super excited for this to be built out because I think this is going to be the destination that people are going to bring up when they're looking at the North Texas area. And you have access to all of that in Frisco. Now, the other huge announcement recently is that Universal Studios is actually going to be putting a Universal Studios in Frisco. It's going to be located pretty close to the Fields West development, so there's going to be a lot going up in that area up north in Frisco. According to their press release on January 11th, Universal Parks and Resorts announces a one-of-a-kind theme park unlike any other in the world, specifically designed to inspire fun for families with young children. The new park concept, set in a lush green landscape and featuring immersive themed lands, celebrates Universal's iconic brand of entertainment, humor, innovation, and brings to life its beloved characters and stories in ways that will wow even the youngest theme park goers. So it's not going to be what you would find in their typical Universal Studios area, but it's going to be a destination for anybody that's in North Texas. And again, it's just going to bring more and more people to Frisco. Another huge announcement in Frisco as far as development goes is that Hall Park is reimagining their whole campus. Now, according to Hall Park's website, the new development of Hall Park is a turning point in the long-term vision for the campus, transforming it from a singular office focus into a dynamic, urban-like, mixed-use community. Phase 1 of the new Hall Park master plan includes 3 new towers, a 16-story Class AAA trophy office tower, a 224-key boutique hotel, a 19-story luxury multifamily tower, a 10,000 square foot eatery, and the 5.7-acre community-centric Kaleidoscope Park. The redevelopment will create a new dynamic district that flows from Hall Park to the Star, its neighbor to the north. So this is going to be huge for this area because the Star is one of Frisco's biggest attractions and it's already an amazing place to live. And now that Hall Park is going to be just on the other side of the road, that whole area is going to be a huge entertainment district for Frisco. All right, the sixth pro to living in Frisco, Texas is that it's literally called Sports City USA, and it's called that for a reason. There are a ton of opportunities to be able to go to live sporting events, but not only that, it serves as a headquarters for several different professional organizations in the area. The first obviously being the Dallas Cowboys headquarters. The Dallas Cowboys world headquarters and practice facility are located in Frisco at the Star, a 91-acre campus. In addition to playing home to the corporate offices and practice facility, the Star features the Ford Center, which is a state-of-the-art indoor football stadium that will host a variety of events. An entertainment district lined with restaurants and shops, the Omni Hotel, a medical center, and more. So regardless if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan or not, it's a really cool amenity to be able to check out. There's a lot of great restaurants and shopping at the Star, so you'll probably find yourself there a lot. Now, Frisco also has Comerica Center. Comerica Center is the home practice facility and executive offices for the NHL Dallas Stars, as well as home of the Texas Legends basketball team, which is the NBA G League affiliate of the Dallas Mavericks, and also house Frisco Fighters, which is the indoor football club. Now, what's cool is that a lot of these organizations hold open practices. So, for example, you can go check out the Dallas Stars practice in Frisco whenever they have it open. Now, in Frisco, you also have Toyota Stadium, which is the home of FC Dallas. And FC Dallas is an American professional soccer club based in Frisco. The club competes as a member of the Western Conference of Major League Soccer, which is the top league in the US and Canada. Frisco also has Ryder Field, which is the home of the Frisco Rough Riders. The Frisco Rough Riders are currently the Class AA affiliate of the Texas Rangers Major League Baseball Club. And like I said earlier, the PGA of America is now calling Frisco home, which is a huge addition to the ecosystem that they have going in sports in Frisco. All right, the seventh pro to living in Frisco, Texas is the shopping, dining, and things to do. We've already talked about a lot of these different entertainment districts that are existing within Frisco. You know, places like the Star or the Fields West project that's coming up or Hall Park. But there's a lot of other stuff that's going on as well, not within Frisco necessarily, but very close to it. And so as you're doing your research, look into places like Stonebriar Mall or the Stonebriar Center. You're gonna have a huge staple mall and a lot of standalone restaurants and shopping around Stonebriar Mall. So great place to check out. There's also the Boardwalk, which is really close to Frisco. It's actually located in Plano. We talked about Legacy West already. It's one of the places that you'll definitely be checking out if you come visit here in Dallas. Grandscape is another place you definitely need to be checking out. And the only other place in Frisco that I haven't brought up yet is the Rail District, which is Frisco's little main street. And it's a really cute place to go. There's two really great coffee shops, Summer Moon and La Finca, both located in that Rail District. It's a really cool place to just go for a walk and check out some of the shops there, go get a coffee, check out a place to eat. But it's not like you're gonna be able to spend a whole day there. It is relatively small, but it's definitely a place that's worth checking out. All right, so there's obviously a lot of great pros to living in Frisco, Texas, but like I said, there's also some cons, and we're gonna talk about those right now. The first con that comes to mind, and it's a no-brainer for Frisco in comparison to a lot of these other communities in the North Texas area, and that is the cost of living. The median sales price as of March 2023 was right around $700,000, which is quite a bit higher than a lot of these other neighboring communities. In some cases, it's more than $200,000 higher than some other communities. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't opportunities below that. It's just what, in general, you're going to get in Frisco. All right, the second con to living in Frisco is the lack of public transportation. Now, there's pretty much zero public transportation in Frisco, which is why it's such a huge con. This isn't a community that you're going to be able to live without a car. If you're going to be commuting anywhere in Frisco or outside of Frisco, you're likely going to need that car to be able to get you there. Frisco is just very spread out, and so you're not going to be able to necessarily walk everywhere unless you're okay with walking all day. The sidewalks are nice, but again, it's not going to be a good lifestyle in my opinion if you're looking to walk everywhere or need to take buses or take a light rail somewhere. You just don't have those options in Frisco, so you may need to be looking at another place. As far as suburbs go, Plano might be the only one that's a little bit further north like Frisco that actually has access to some of that. The third con to living in Frisco is the monotony of suburbia. Just calling it how it is, it's a very monotonous town in the sense of you see a lot of the same stuff from street to street. You've always got your CVS, you've got your Walmarts, you see your grocery stores on every corner, you see the gas stations. It's not like it's a super unique place. It's just a lot of people say that it gets monotonous. You see the same thing from street to street. And that's honestly about any suburb that we talk about. The one thing that Frisco has going for it is that the monotony is really nice. Everything is really well done. There's nothing really in Frisco that seems like run down or older. It's all newer. And so it is a con in the sense of you get that monotony of suburbia, but the pro to that is that it's a nice monotony. And the fourth con to living in Frisco, Texas is that it's busy and congested, and it's probably gonna get a little bit worse. Frisco is a popular place to go. Even if you don't live in Frisco, a lot of people come from outside communities to be able to go, dine and shop within Frisco. And so because of that, places are always busy. There's been several times where my wife and I go out for a date on like a Wednesday night, and we've had to wait, an hour to be able to get into a popular place. So because Frisco is such a hot destination, it does get busy. And with huge attractions coming like Fields West and Universal Studios and H-E-B relocating to Frisco, which is a really popular grocery store in Texas, people are just going to continue flocking here more and more. And there's a lot of concern about it being a little bit too congested for what the roadways currently allow. Now, the city of Frisco claims to have it all under control. They don't think that there's going to be a huge issue with Universal Studios coming and all the other new development coming, but I'm a little hesitant. I think that it is going to be a little bit more congested than what we're experiencing now, obviously. And so, it's something to consider if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to be around a lot of people and doesn't like to be around in really busy areas. Frisco might not be for you. And remember, no matter where you are in the process, reach out. I'd love to help you find the right place to call home here in the Dallas, Texas metro. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email anytime. Seriously, I'm here to help you find the perfect place to call home here in the Dallas, Texas metro. Until next time, I'll see you later.